Greetings everyone, I'm sorry to scare you. Today I'm having some free time because today is a Sunday and today is a rainy day. So I usually make a video when I'm free, when I'm having some strange mood, maybe an angry mood or happy mood, an aggressive, something like that, when I have some steam, something like that. And today I would like to continue my random talk about the word bell. And previously I talked about this warm belt called Behlifch, and you have to wear certain savior equipments in the places you do not belong. You do not belong in the very top of the mountain, you do not live there. You belong in the bell area of a mountain. The bell area of a mountain is a place of gathering where you have water, where you have plants, where you have all this, this livestock and animals, etc., etc. This area, or the belly area of a mountain, is called bell, and you belong there, something like that. And previously, I also talked about the two saviors who claim that if you follow them, you are going to heavens. So if you follow them, Buddha and Jesus, you go to Devajin, the land of Devas, the gods, something like that, the Devajin. Or if you do not follow them, you go to hell, Tam. In Russian language, Tam means somewhere there, something like that. So the question is, do I belong in this community? Something like that. So personally, I think it is very stupid and primitive way to promote your community. And if you're really trying to create a decent community, a very good community, you have to inform people what this community stands for. If you like, this animal rights, or like if you like to carry, if you're like an environmentalist, something like that, you can choose all this, this community. But they are being a bit rude and saying that the others are going to hell, and this savior is going to save you, something like that. So from my personal point of view, I usually think that people who have some social, economic problems go to this Christian church here in Mongolia. Usually it's because of you are being poor and you are being this uneducated on your traditional matters. I sometimes wonder why these people do not see their own traditional stuff, their own ways, but they see this Christian church, something like that. But must say that the main power of a Christian church is that they are creating some kind of a community, and where you feel you belong there, something like that. And if you're a poor person, you think that you do not belong in this country, and everyone is like bully you, and you are miserable creature. But when you enter this some kind of a circle, or a religious group where they share their thoughts, and where they share food and these ideas, and trying to help each other, some having some problems, and they are trying to fight the abusers, etc., etc., and they are trying to solve their alcohol problem, etc., etc. People, you think that this is positive, and I seem to belong in this community, and I belong to this, this God, this good God, something like that. Well, about word belong, this word do not exist in Mongolian language. I try to think what is belong. But if there was a movie and someone presented a sword and said, "My son, this belongs to you," well, it's going to be hard to translate. How can an item belong to only one person? I guess you could put your name on it, something like that. So some items can, belong to generation after generation, something like that. In order to translate such a word, we can use engineer. Simply, this is yours, or you have a right to take this. So word belong is a right. So if you live in some kind of community and this community dislikes you and you think you have less freedom, less rights here, and you seek a place where you belong, and I guess that's why some people immigrate. But they do not understand that the community they left behind was, this messy, was bad, and bad towards them, and you want also, a copy of this this messy world. It means you are not trying to belong to a new place, something like that. And Mongolians have this tendency to go in some place and try to become local, become someone who belonged there, something like that. Like if you are moved in one place, you need to seek for the holy place, the holy mountain, and you start to worship this mountain. So, something like that, very simple. And there are places where it's hard to say that a Mongolian can belong, something like that. It can, for example, I respect these cows. I respect these bulls and cows, etc., because they have this most wonderful meat. They have most wonderful milk, and it's like God's gift that we have such a creature, and we benefit from them. I love ice cream. I love yogurt and other stuff. And when I see a place where such creatures are tortured, when these creatures are this believed to be evil, I have this this feeling that I do not belong in such a places like Spain, southern China, something like that. And I have put some this video in the description below. It's going to be a very graphic video where this Chinese chop down buffalo, and Chinese have this long mythical maybe traditional stuff to hate a buffalo, and this buffalo demon is also in their new movie called the Monkey King, something like that. And how to explain this? I made a video in Russian explaining why I have a picture of a naked woman in my apartment. Not every Mongolian has a naked a picture of a woman in their apartment, because when someone posts naked on the internet, there is tons of this cursing the girl. Wow, what a bitch! What a this slut! What a this dirty, and etc., etc. So Mongolians are very conservative about being naked, something like that. But in this in mainstream Buddhism and etc., etc., we have the gods, and gods are usually naked, and we are having a god Ilik Khan with his wife. Two are basically naked, and Ilik Khan likes to show his male part standing, and they ride a bull. And for me, she is the dark lady. I would like to show you the picture, the dark lady of mine, and she is going to be my Kara Omai, dark vagina goddess, or Kara Omai, the goddess Karma, something like that. She rides a bull. This idea is quite, similar to an idea of goddess Europa. And if you're a European being, I guess you need to know that there was a goddess called Europa, who was, abducted by God Zeus. It's like, thanks to this goddess Europa, you exist as a European, you exist in a land called Europa, something like that. So thanks to this goddess Kara Omai, or this Karma, something like that, we exist, and we do not know when our, this dark mother is going to call us for her, these biddings, something like that. So, because I respect a bull, because I think that, this having a cow, drinking milk, ice cream, etc., etc., is wonderful. I think that I do not belong in a places where they, this hate and discriminate, this bulls, something like that. Well, I hope you understood something. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.